the risk that you run in staying in a toxic environment for too long is that unconsciously it will erode your power and it will erode your confidence.
Always believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
What are the rules around how you deal with a work environment that is, whether you call it toxic or just insanely stressful, or you deal with a boss who tends to be a little narcissistic in their personality style or eruptive or emotionally immature, whatever label you want to put on it? How do you show up to that kind of job without losing both your confidence, your sanity, or your job?
Yes. So first of all, you should be very clear that the reason that you are in that environment is that you are that good. So nobody should make you second guess your confidence, because if you weren't good, you wouldn't still be in the environment. That's number one. Number two, now you need to go back and think about the reasons that you went into that work environment, right? Maybe the work environment has changed, because nobody walks into a toxic work environment because they want to. So either it wasn't like that when you joined, or you really didn't see it, or you didn't do the due diligence. So now let's say you're in it and you say, oh my gosh, I didn't do the due diligence. Now you say, is this an environment where there's something for me to get? Are there skills here that I think I can get really quickly? Are there experiences that I think I can get really quickly? And if so, let me focus myself on this so that I can get this, and put yourself on a timeline. I'm a big fan of having a timeline, because otherwise it's easy to get distracted, to get comfortable, and you look up and 5 years have gone and you're still there. And oh, by the way, now your confidence has been eroded, or you have become somebody that you don't like. Right? So once you figure out whether or not there's something you can get in a short period of time, you get it. And at the same time, you start building your relationships externally so that you have an off ramp in that environment. Now, let's say that it just changed. So no shame in that game. It changed because there were a lot of leadership changes or whatever. Same thing. You start using your power to build relationships to get yourself an off ramp. But the risk that you run in staying in a toxic environment for too long is that unconsciously it will erode your power and it will erode your confidence. Because I don't care who you are, Mel, if I keep telling you you're nothing, you're nothing, you're nothing, you're nothing, even if you're strong and you're powerful and you go into that, you start to absorb that, right? And somewhere along the way, you will start to question whether you are all that, and you'll start to think that perhaps you're not anything. So you got to get yourself out of that once you have extracted what you want out of that environment.
I love the advice of creating a timeline. And one of the reasons why I love that is because it's very easy when you have a mortgage, or you have daycare, or you got the bills that you're paying, that you start to tell yourself that, well, I need this job to pay my bills. And then you start convincing yourself that this is the only job and there is no other job. And if it's kind of toxic, you're probably working 80 hours a week and feel like you don't have time to do anything else. So what I love about the timeline is the second you are honest with yourself and you say, I don't want to work in a place like this. Yes, there is something I'm going to get, but I'm giving it a timeline. You have now stepped out of it and said, I'm going to use it instead of it using me.
I'm using my power.
Yes.
That's right.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
If these pearls were useful to you, then like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll give you a few more pearls that'll help you to maximize your success.